Have you ever felt overwhelmed by the constant noise and chaos of everyday life? Do you find yourself longing for moments of peace and quiet where you can escape the demands of the world around you? If so, you're not alone. Many people feel the need to step back from the hustle and bustle of daily life and seek solitude. But what exactly is solitude, and why is it so important? In this video, we'll explore the power of solitude and how being alone can truly transform your life. First, it's essential to address a common misconception about solitude. Many people equate being alone with feelings of loneliness, but this couldn't be further from the truth. Loneliness is a negative emotional state that arises when someone feels disconnected or isolated from others. It's a sense of emptiness and yearning for companionship. Solitude, on the other hand, is a choice. It's the intentional act of being alone, not out of loneliness, but for the purpose of self-reflection, growth, and recharging. When we choose solitude, we create a space for ourselves to step back from the demands and expectations of others. We give ourselves permission to simply be, without the need to entertain, impress, or engage with anyone else. This is a stark contrast to the feelings of forced isolation that can arise from loneliness. Intentional solitude is a powerful tool for personal growth and self-discovery, while loneliness can lead to feelings of despair and disconnection. One of the most significant benefits of solitude is the opportunity it provides for self-reflection and introspection. When we're constantly surrounded by others, it can be challenging to tune into our own thoughts and emotions. We may find ourselves getting caught up in the opinions and expectations of those around us, losing touch with our own inner voice. But when we take time to be alone, we create a space where we can truly hear ourselves think. In moments of solitude, we have the chance to confront our own thoughts, beliefs, and emotions head-on. We can ask ourselves deep questions about who we are, what we value, and what we want out of life. This introspection is essential for personal growth and self-discovery. It allows us to gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and what makes us tick. By spending time alone, we can also develop a stronger sense of self-awareness. We become more attuned to our own needs, desires, and boundaries. This awareness can help us make better decisions, communicate more effectively with others, and build stronger, healthier relationships. When we know ourselves well, we're better equipped to navigate the challenges and opportunities that life presents. In addition to fostering personal growth, solitude can also be a powerful catalyst for creativity. When we're constantly surrounded by the noise and distractions of daily life, it can be challenging to tap into our imagination and come up with new ideas. But when we give ourselves the gift of alone time, we open up a space where our creativity can flourish. Many famous artists, writers, and innovators throughout history have recognized the value of solitude for their creative pursuits. For example, the novelist Franz Kafka once said, "I need solitude for my writing, not like a hermit, that wouldn't be enough, but like a dead man." Similarly, the painter Georgia O'Keeffe often spoke about the importance of alone time for her artistic process, saying, "I found I could say things with color and shapes that I couldn't say any other way, things I had no words for." When we're alone, we have the freedom to let our minds wander and explore new ideas without the pressure of external judgment or expectations. We can experiment with different creative techniques, take risks, and allow ourselves to be fully immersed in the creative process. This uninterrupted focus can lead to breakthroughs and innovations that might not have been possible in a more distracting environment. In today's fast-paced, always connected world, stress and anxiety have become all too common. We're constantly bombarded with information, notifications, and demands on our time and attention. This constant stimulation can take a toll on our mental and emotional well-being, leaving us feeling overwhelmed and burned out. But solitude can serve as a powerful antidote to the stresses of modern life. When we take time to be alone, we give ourselves permission to step back from the demands of the world around us. We can use this time to recharge our batteries, both mentally and emotionally. By disconnecting from the constant stream of information and stimulation, we allow our minds to rest and reset. One simple way to incorporate moments of solitude into your daily life is to create a quiet space where you can retreat when you need a break. This might be a corner of your home where you can sit and read, a nearby park where you can take a peaceful walk, or even just a few minutes of quiet time in your car before heading into work. The key is to find a space where you can be alone with your thoughts, without the distractions of technology or other people. Another way to reduce stress through solitude is to practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is the act of being fully present and engaged in the current moment without judgment or distraction. When we're alone, we have the perfect opportunity to tune into our own thoughts and sensations and to practice being mindful of the present moment. Mindfulness practices like meditation, deep breathing, or even simply paying attention to the sensations in your body can help calm the mind and reduce stress and anxiety. By taking just a few minutes each day to be alone and practice mindfulness, you can cultivate a greater sense of inner peace and resilience in the face of life's challenges. As we've explored, mindfulness is a powerful tool for reducing stress and cultivating inner peace. And solitude provides the perfect environment for practicing mindfulness and developing a deeper awareness of the present moment. When we're alone, we have the opportunity to tune out the distractions of the external world and tune into our own inner experience. We can pay attention to the thoughts, feelings, and sensations that arise within us, without the need to react or respond to others. This kind of self-awareness is the foundation of mindfulness practice. One simple mindfulness practice that can be enhanced through solitude is meditation. When we meditate, we sit in stillness and focus our attention on the present moment, often using the breath as an anchor. This practice helps to calm the mind and cultivate a sense of inner peace and clarity. Another mindfulness practice that can be enhanced through solitude is journaling. When we take time to write down our thoughts and feelings, we create a space for self-reflection and introspection. We can use journaling as a tool for processing our experiences, setting intentions, and gaining insight into our own patterns of thought and behavior. By regularly incorporating mindfulness practices like meditation and journaling into our moments of solitude, we can develop a deeper sense of self-awareness and inner peace. We learn to observe our thoughts and feelings without getting caught up in them, and to approach life with a greater sense of clarity and purpose. One of the most profound benefits of solitude is the way it can foster a deeper sense of self-love and self-acceptance. When we spend time alone, we have the opportunity to build a positive relationship with ourselves, free from the judgments and expectations of others. Many of us struggle with self-doubt, self-criticism, and negative self-talk. We may find ourselves constantly comparing ourselves to others or seeking validation from external sources. But when we take time to be alone, we create a space where we can learn to love and accept ourselves just as we are. One way to cultivate self-love through solitude is to engage in activities that bring us joy and fulfillment. This might include hobbies like reading, painting, or hiking, or self-care practices like taking a long bath or practicing yoga. By regularly engaging in activities that nourish our mind, body, and spirit, we send ourselves the message that we are worthy of love and care. Another way to cultivate self-love through solitude is to practice self-compassion. Self-compassion involves treating ourselves with the same kindness and understanding that we would offer to a good friend. When we're alone, we have the opportunity to notice our own inner critic and to respond with gentleness and understanding rather than judgment and criticism. By regularly spending time alone and cultivating a positive relationship with ourselves, we develop a greater sense of self-love and self-acceptance. We learn to trust ourselves, to value our own needs and desires, and to approach life with a sense of confidence and resilience. Despite the many benefits of solitude, many people find the idea of being alone uncomfortable or even scary. We may feel a sense of unease or anxiety when faced with the prospect of spending time by ourselves without the distraction of others or technology. This fear of solitude is often rooted in a fear of confronting our own thoughts and emotions. When we're alone, We have no choice but to sit with ourselves and to face whatever arises within us. This can be challenging, especially if we're used to relying on external distractions to avoid our inner experience. But the truth is, the discomfort of solitude is often temporary. With practice and patience, we can learn to embrace the stillness and to find comfort in our own company. One way to start overcoming the fear of solitude is to begin with small increments of alone time and gradually increase the duration. For example, you might start by taking a 10-minute walk by yourself each day, or by setting aside a few minutes each morning to sit in quiet reflection. As you become more comfortable with these short periods of solitude, you can gradually increase the length of time you spend alone. Another way to overcome the fear of solitude is to reframe the way you think about being alone. Instead of seeing solitude as a punishment or a sign of isolation, try to view it as an opportunity for growth and self-discovery. Remind yourself of the many benefits of solitude and approach your alone time with a sense of curiosity and openness. While solitude is a valuable and necessary part of a healthy, balanced life, it's important to remember that human beings are social creatures. We need connection and interaction with others to thrive and to feel a sense of belonging and purpose. The key is to find a balance between solitude and social interaction that works for you. This balance will look different for everyone, depending on factors like personality, lifestyle, and personal preferences. Some people may require more alone time to recharge and feel grounded, while others may thrive on frequent social interaction and connection. One way to find this balance is to be intentional about the time you spend alone and the time you spend with others. When you're alone, use that time to focus on self-care, reflection, and personal growth. When you're with others, be fully present and engaged in the interaction without the distractions of technology or other obligations. Another way to balance solitude and social interaction is to cultivate meaningful relationships with others who respect and support your need for alone time. Surround yourself with people who understand and value the importance of solitude and who encourage you to take the time you need to recharge and refocus. Remember, solitude is not about isolating yourself from others or avoiding connection. Rather, it's about creating a space for self-discovery and growth that can ultimately enhance the quality of your relationships and interactions with others. The power of solitude is a force that can truly transform your life. By taking intentional time to be alone, you open yourself up to a world of personal growth, creativity, and inner peace. Solitude provides a space for self-reflection and introspection, allowing you to confront your own thoughts and emotions and to gain a deeper understanding of yourself. It can also be a powerful catalyst for creativity, giving you the freedom to explore new ideas and to fully immerse yourself in the creative process. In addition to fostering personal growth and creativity, solitude can also serve as a valuable tool for stress reduction and mindfulness. By stepping back from the demands of daily life and tuning into the present moment, you cultivate a greater sense of inner peace and resilience. Solitude is also essential for cultivating self-love and self-acceptance. When you spend time alone, you have the opportunity to build a positive relationship with yourself, free from the judgments and expectations of others. And while the idea of being alone can be uncomfortable or even scary at first, with practice and patience, you can learn to embrace the stillness and to find comfort in your own company. Ultimately, the key is to find a balance between solitude and social interaction that works for you. By being intentional about the time you spend alone and the time you spend with others, you can create a life that is rich in both personal growth and meaningful connection. So if you're feeling overwhelmed by the noise and chaos of everyday life, remember the power of solitude. Take a step back, create a space for yourself, and allow the magic of alone time to transform your life in ways you never thought possible. You might just be surprised at the incredible growth and insight that awaits you in the stillness.